In Africa, we don't say hi, we say jumbo. So jumbo, everyone. Welcome aboard Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Bert, and I come all the way from the great state of Michigan to be your safari guide. Take a look above your head. You're going to notice a game spotting guide of some of the animals you might see along the way here. They're all free roaming animals, and they come and go as they please. The Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established in 1971 to protect local wildlife. It's about 800 square miles, and it's all patrolled by our airborne wardens, led by Warden Wilson Matua.
Buddy, say hi.
He acts as our eyes in the sky up there, making sure the reserve is free from poachers. Hi. So if you guys see anything unusual out there, like any unmarked vehicles or strange activity,
almost out of tape.
let me know. You guys are quick. Is this anyone's first time on safari? It's the best 2 weeks of your life. Probably the fastest as well. But you know, it looks like we're all clear to go, so as we say in Africa, Tuende, let's go.
Might be worse than a roller coaster.
Alright everyone, we're now inside the reserve in the Itsuri Forest, so keep a lookout for some of the forest-dwelling creatures in the area here, like the okapi on the far right-hand side. Now because of those white stripes on the legs, people think they're related to zebras, but they're actually more closely related to the giraffe. They are such shy and elusive animals. They weren't discovered until 1901. And the animal right next to the okapi is called the yellow-backed duiker. Duiker is an Afrikaans word meaning diver, and they get that name because they like to dive in the brush anytime they see predators. Oh, and that is the largest of the 17 species of duiker. Coming up ahead, a nice variety of birds that call it Cherry Forest home. And the black ones, of course, are vultures, which are an extremely important part of the ecosystem. And those large pelicans on the rocks and curb are pink-backed pelican. They group in colonies and nest in trees and feed on fish by crawling them into shallow waters, and then they'll scoop them up with their beak. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see two species of stork. You'll see the yellow-billed stork with the pretty pink feathers, and then this black and white one is called the saddle-billed stork. And that one's actually one of the tallest storks in Africa, about 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet. As we move deeper into the Itsuri Forest, you want to keep a lookout for the black rhino. Even though they're very large animals, sometimes they're harder to spot. Oh, you know what? We're in luck. There's 3 of them right there on the left-hand side on top of the hill. Now, those black rhinos may look indestructible. They've actually been hit very hard by poaching. There's fewer than 3,100 left in all of Africa. They've been hunted near extinction for those horns of theirs, and each rhino can weigh up to 3,000 pounds.
There's a little guy, little. That's a baby.
Coming up ahead on the left, you're going to see the Nyala. Those light brown ones without horns are the females, and that gray one with the horns, that's the male. Oh, and in the very back on top of the hill, those copper-colored animals are called bongo. They're nicknamed Ghost of the Forest because they're very rarely seen. Oh, you know what? That's something my good friend Warden Wilson Matua. Let's see if we can get in radio contact with them. Simba 1 to Warden Wilson Matua. Is that you up there making the rounds today, old friend? Over?
Yes, Simba 1. And today I have a passenger. Miss Johnson, my favorite wildlife researcher.
I'm Jumbo, everyone.
Jumbo, Miss Johnson. It's great to hear from you again. We're headed towards the Safi River. If you guys have any wildlife spotting tips, we'd love to hear them. Over?
Roger, Simba 1. Will do. Over.
On the right-hand side, the Nile hippos, which spend most of their time in water because the skin is very sensitive to the sun and overheats pretty quickly.
Look at him.
I never get to see enough water that often.
These are vegetarians and can eat up to about 150 pounds of plant life each. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see a few more. At birth, they weigh about 85 pounds and can get all the way up to 5,000 pounds as full-grown adults. They hold their breath for 5 to 8 minutes underwater, and the way they can swim is by walking along the river bottom. Keep a lookout for the baby who was born right here in the Safi River about 2 months ago.
It's right there, just right out there.
Simba 1, when you come to Sedi County Bridge, go follow, very slowly.
Uh-oh.
That old bridge has seen better days, and I think our simply high crocodile know it.
Roger Wilson, we see those crocs and they definitely see us too. These guys are a lot larger than the American alligator, getting about 20 feet long. Their jaws have a crushing capacity of 1,200 pounds per square inch. Now with that in mind, we're going up this rickety old bridge. Everyone hang on. Now coming up ahead is one of the best views of the savannah. This is one of its oldest residents, the ancient baobab tree. Now the baobab tree is also known as the upside down tree, because as you see here on the right, the branches are kind of like its roots. It only grows leaves about 3 months out of the year, but looks as you see it otherwise. And this particular tree, over 1,000 years old. And everyone, take a look at the view from way up here, the savannah. This is all part of the Serengeti grassland still. Zebra and wildebeest migrate through it, and animals like rhino, giraffe, and lion live here year-round. This is all part of the wild Africa that we're working very hard to preserve.
Zimmerman, I see you down there. You are in bush country. Drive carefully. I don't want you coming into my animals.
All right.
To begin to see a wide variety of grass-eating animals around, such as Thompson's gazelle.
Miss Johnson, North Africa calls them toads. They are tourbees, sir.
Roger, guys, we'll get the next few days.